Welcome to my I Left My Heart in San Francisco chord melody guitar lesson. Hi my dear jazz friends around the world, Sandra Sherman here. Greetings from Austria. You can access all the lesson material like the tab and the backing track from the link down below in the description box. Please visit my lesson shop GuitarVersum.com for more lessons like this one. And now let's get started. We're in the key of B flat major, and we have an A1 and A2 or B section, and that's both are 16 bars long, so we have our usual 32 bars. And I reharmonized this tune pretty much, so I will be explaining a lot of these chord substitutions because I learned that you're interested in that, so let's focus on that. All right, the tabs you can download from the info box below. We have a pickup bar. We're in the key of B flat major. The melody is D, E flat, G, and I harmonize it in sixth with the sixth below in the key of B flat major. So sixth below D is F in the key of B flat major. E flat, sixth below is G, and G, sixth below is B flat. So we have, and then we have a whole bar of B flat, and I reharmonize that. I start with that B flat major, and then I play in that same bar that should be only B flat. I play an E7 flat 9 chord and an E flat major 9. See, here is a general thing about substitutions or reharmonizations, actually, that is. You have to keep the melody intact. So F is the melody. So all the chords I put in there, I throw in there, must have the F in the melody. And that F must fit the chord, or the other way around. The chord must fit must fit in somehow with the melody. If that doesn't make any sense, then the ear won't like it. Also, you have to make it make sense in a way of play 2 5/1s or parts of it, 2 5s or 5/1s. So the ear has, again, it has to make sense to the ear. If you throw in just random chords, it won't make any sense to the ear. So what I'm doing here is after the B flat major, E7 flat 9, that's a tritone sub. It has the F on top, and it has a tritone sub for B flat 7. And at B flat 7, I resolve to E flat, or the tritone sub for B flat 7, the E7 flat 9, I resolve to E flat major 9. That's a 5/1. Makes sense to the ear, and also that E flat major 9 has the F on top, and that's also much more interesting than just a bar of B flat major, right? Now I go to the original D minor in the next bar, D minor 11, because we have the G on top, then the A on top, and then I throw in another 5 chord that's going to resolve to the original C minor in the next bar. And that's gonna be, we need B flat on top. That's the sharp 9 of a G chord. So I have a G7 flat 13 sharp 9 chord, a G altered chord. I just throw it in, right? And this one you gotta practice because I also throw in that bass note so it gets a little more groovy. Then the resolution C minor with that C in the melody afterwards. And now the rest would be just that C ringing. Well, I like it, but I want to add something in. We're in C Dorian. I add a C Dorian line. I just go down, descending the C Dorian scale. B flat A, G, F, E flat, C. I enclose the upcoming D minor 7, just guide tone voicing, and a G augmented. I like that. That's the melody, B, C. Here's the root G, augmented, bridge over to that C. Okay? Resolution, C minor. And then I add in a C altered chord that goes to the next bar, which is F7 in the original thing, and I also keep that. But instead of C7, I play a G flat 13 flat 9 chord. That's a cool chord. G flat 13, with the flat 9 on top. And that's the same as, that's a tritone sub for a C7 sharp 9 chord. See, I just changed the bass note and I get a G flat 13, a tritone away, right? So that's cool. C minor 7 to G flat 13 flat 9. Then I resolve to F sus 9, 9 sus 4. We need that B flat and we have F. I could have reharmonized that, but you have to stick to the original chords in key points, otherwise it sounds too awkward. So F9 sus 4. And now, so I do the resolution, but now I have my strange little things happening again with a F sharp minor 7. That isn't there at all. It would be one bar of F7. So after this, I play a 2-5, F sharp minor 7 to B7 flat 5. The melody is, if I stayed in F, as in the original, I would have a boring F7 chord with them. I could have done this one. It's a little more interesting, but still, it's a little boring. So I throw in a 2-5, F sharp minor 7, has that A on top, and the 5 chord, B7 flat 5 with the F in the melody, right? And actually that's also a tritone substitute for CF. It's nothing else but a C minor to F, a tritone away. C, a tritone away, is F sharp, and F, a tritone away, is B. So it's nothing else still than F7. C minor 7 is almost like F7. So I didn't change too much, but it sounds completely different. That's the cool thing. Resolution, B flat. Instead of staying on the B flat, I now go up diatonically, yeah, that's the word in English, within the scale of B flat, C minor is the 2nd degree, and D minor 7, all just guide tone voicings. Then E flat major 7. Again, that's not the original chord, but it fits. I would have, otherwise this bar would be a D minor with D on top, the root on top, the most boring thing ever. So I just changed it to E flat 7, major 7, and then A7 flat 9. So I know this doesn't make completely too much sense because it's not a 2-5, but it fits. And then in the next phrase we're going to resolve this to the B flat. But first let me repeat the entire phrase number 1 for you at slow tempo. 2, 3, 4, 1. Check out my 35 beginner chord melody jazz standards if you want to add some real popular standards to your repertoire. You get the PDF tabs and the Guitar Pro tabs, including standard music notation, and of course you get all the detailed video tutorials. There is a link down below this video in the description box that leads you to the 35 jazz standards. And the bundle price is a real bargain, so grab yours now. The second phrase is 8 bars long as well, and we start with that B flat major chord. We have a little melody going on here. And back to E flat major 9 again. I know this is not in the original tune, it's just the 4th degree. Sounds cool. And now we go on to E7 flat 9 again, which is a tritone sub for B flat again. And then we go to A7 flat 9 in the shape of an E diminished chord. Right? I've explained that in numerous lessons already here on the channel, that this replaces a A7 flat 9 chord because it starts from one of the chord tones of the A7 the E is the 5th, and then you can place a diminished chord above it. Okay, then we go to the original chord again, D minor 7. And now another reharmonization. I play B7 sharp 9 in an interesting voicing. This is the voicing. Here would be a B, I don't have the root in there. It's a B7, here's the 7th, the 3rd, and the sharp 9 and the 5th. B7 sharp 9, like this chord, right? Just a different voicing, and I arpeggiate it. And it's the tritone sub for F7. That's a tritone. And F7 resolves back to B flat major now in the next chord, next bar. Then we go to the original chord D7. We take a D9 sharp 11, because this is in a melody, and the A on top. And now we have an interesting thing going on. The original chord progression now would be a bar of G minor 7 to C7. And what you can do in this case, as long as the melody fits, move a half tone up and kind of stall or postpone, what's the word? The G minor chord. So we go a half step up to A flat minor 9. Okay? So you can also bar this. Because for G minor, this would be the 3rd. That's cool, but A flat minor 9 is even cooler. It's 5 chord, so that's a 2-5 going to D flat 13 9. And now we resolve to G minor 11. It's 5 chord. I added that one in. C13 flat 9. Because we have that A on top. It sounds more interesting than the G minor, I think. So I added in its 5 chord, C13 flat 9. Melody. And now a bunch of 2-5s, okay? I'm not gonna go into that too much because it's a little far-fetched, but it fits the melody. Again, it fits the melody, and make it 2-5s or 5-1s, and the ear will like it. Or the ear will accept it and then like it. E flat minor 9 going into its 5 chord, A flat 13. Then in the same bar, that's all quarter notes. 1, 2, then going to D minor 7. See how I never changed the melody? That's the melody here. D minor 7, and G, F is the melody. Oh, sorry. The next bar, C sharp minor 9. The original chord would be C minor. I do the same thing again, half tone up. As long as it fits the melody, it's good. To its 5 chord, F sharp 13, flat 13, C minor 7, and F. That's also the original chord, right? So let me repeat phrase number 2 for you at slow tempo. 3, 4. You can help to keep the free video tutorials of this channel running by becoming a member of the channel, and you can do so by clicking the join button right next to the subscribe button, which also grants you access to my mini lessons. You can also say a little thank you by clicking the thanks button and donate a little something. This really helps with the productions of the videos. Thanks a lot. Welcome to the B section. The first 4 bars, you already know them from the A section. We have E7 flat 9, E flat major 9. Oh, sorry. And now after that G plus or G augmented, we go to C minor 6. That's an A half diminished. That's the original chord, and that's the same thing actually. So here's your A on top, the 6th, then arpeggiate through it, B minor 7, just move one to the left and leave this one. And that's a tritone substitute for F somehow. It's not exactly a dominant chord, it's a minor chord, but it works over F7, so that's a tritone away. And that resolves now to B flat minor 6. I don't play the bass, well, you could play the bass note also, but I want to have that A on top afterwards. That's why I fret it like this. An E flat 9. And that takes me to A minor 11. B flat 7. That's a sub 5, a tritone substitution for E7. That resolves back to my A minor 11. A flat minor, that's just a little sidestepping. We call this chromatic down or up. And then we go to D7 would be the original chord, and we play actually a D7. But in the backing track I have the A flat in bass, so it's an A flat 9, sharp 11. That's a tritone sub for D7. Right? A flat is a tritone away from D. That's the same chord. D7 altered is the same as A flat unaltered. 9, sharp 11 is considered unaltered. Okay, so, and then we go to a G altered chord. That's a G7 sharp 9, flat 13 over G7, so I didn't change anything here. Then I go back to A flat 9, and that A flat 9 again is the tritone for D7, and that's the 5th of the upcoming G7. So I just, instead of staying for a whole bar like this, I added in another 5 chord, or in this case sub 5. That's going to resolve to G7, a simple plain G7 in the next phrase. Let me repeat phrase number 3 for you at slow tempo. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here are the last 8 bars, and we have, as I said before, a simple plain G7 cowboy chord here. Melody C13, and a G melody, and G minor. That's all pretty much the original chords. Not exactly, but almost. It's a 2 instead of a 5 now. So C7, I'll play C13. And then I'll replace it with a 2 chord. And then we go back to the C7 original chord, playing a C9. First the bass, then this E half diminished is a C9 chord. That's the same thing without the root, which I played before. Sidestepping, going back. And now, again, original chord would be C minor. I play a C sharp minor 9. Because it's more interesting. C minor would be the 3rd on top. That's a chord tone. Nice. Nice. But 9th is always better. Its attention creates more color, right? Going to its 5 chord, F13 9. Melody. And now we go to a C minor. Now it's the original C minor. 9 chord again. C13 flat 9 I chose this time. You can choose 9 also, but that flat 9 here is more interesting. Especially since I leave, how do you say that? Leave it standing here. I keep it ringing for 2 beats. 3, 4. And now we have the ending would be B flat major. Let's postpone this a bit and play a G flat major, B major, B flat major. That's a very usual ending. Not very usual, but it's played. It's a good substitution. So this one kind of stands for C half diminished. What I want to do is 2, 5, 1. Minor, that resolves to major. And that kind of stands for, that's kind of a tritone sub, okay? Usually tritone subs are dominant chords, one dominant chord for another. But for half diminished, we often use a major voicing like G flat major 7, arpeggiated. Then B major, that's a so-called Neapolitan chord. That's the flat second degree of the scale. So B flat, we want to resolve, that's a scale. Half a tone up is B major 7, that's important. Neapolitan chord is always major 7. And that again, that B is kind of a tritone sub for F7, and that resolves to B flat. Okay? Oh, sorry. And here's phrase number 4 at slow tempo. 3, 4. I hope you liked my reharmonized arrangement of I Left My Heart in San Francisco. If so, please give this video a fat thumbs up. Please share the love and the knowledge. And hit that subscribe button, the bell notification so you never miss a thing. Visit my lesson shop, GuitarVersum.com, for all the other chord melody lessons and nice bundles I have there. Thanks a lot. I see you next week. Bye-bye. Servus.